so we can place it onto our messenger for the ones that can't make it. Tammy, good to see you. We've got a couple of pools on tonight. Awesome.
Oh, that's me, bro. I linked to my desktop into my mobile because of my volume on my.
Oh, okay, no worries. All good. No worries. Hopefully have a few more jumping on tonight. Hope everyone's had a good day. Through
Yeah,
those
it was a beautiful day today.
Oh, awesome.
Not too bad, not too bad. It's a good day.
Awesome, awesome. Far, good to see you, brother. Morgs. Terrible with these times. Right. I thought I had another hour. Wait for a few more to jump on and then we'll kick off, eh? Pam, do you want to fire a message into the new starters group? What's that? What the hell is that thing? All good. Welcome everyone to the call. Give it a few more minutes before we kick off. Leon's going to be taking the study class tonight, which I'm sure we're all looking forward to. Remember, guys, too, if you've got any questions, make sure to have those ready, and I'm sure Leon will try and do his best to answer. What are you laughing for, Leon? I can see you laughing. We will do our best to answer, I should say. Theodore's. All good. We'll give it a few more minutes. Tussie, good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Tussie. A couple more minutes and we'll kick off. Hope everything's going well for you there, Derek, in hospital. Hope to see you home soon. Darren, good to see you, brother. B-boy, good to see you. Kia ora, Darren, good to see you, brother. B-boy, good to see you, brother.
Hey, brother.
Good, good. Got a few more jumping on now. Awesome. John, good to
How's
see
your
you.
week been?
What's that, sorry?
How's your week been?
Yeah, good, good. Busy, but good. It's only going to get busier. It's only going to get busier. But it's been good. It's been good.
Oh,
Yeah, we've had
awesome.
some good new people jumping on, which
Yes.
is good. Yeah.
I hope most of them show up for our study group tonight. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Leon, I know Leon's been doing Ellev8 for quite a while now, and Well, still young, but in quite a while. He's probably one of the more experienced people on here anyway, so it'd be quite good.
It'd be really good, be really interesting. So can't wait.
Yeah, awesome. Cindy, good to see you. Alex,
Thanks.
20. Might give it just a couple more minutes and we'll kick off. I'm not sure where James is. James is supposed to be jumping on tonight. He said he had blocked out Tuesdays for the rest of the year. He's pretty excited. I don't know where he is, but he's supposed to be here. Hopefully everyone's finding their way around their Ellev8 site. I don't know if you guys know, but in around 3 weeks' time, we actually have one of our big events in Dubai, where there's going to be a lot of new stuff brought to Ellev8. So, you know, we're thinking that probably the Lazy Trader will be released in, and maybe even at our own platform being released in. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the Lazy Trader will be released in. So that's exciting. What do you think, brother?
Very.
We'll give it a couple more minutes. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. It's going to be in Dubai. None of us can go, obviously, because we can't get over there. But yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. There's going to be a lot of good stuff being released, a lot of new stuff. Dubai. That'll be exciting for everybody. I think John's hiding away at Mahi somewhere. Awesome. Just feel free to unmute when we go along. I'll just mute you now, just for when Leon kicks us off. One more minute. Hey, Douglas, good to see you, brother. Good to see you on here. Awesome. Anyway, I think I'll kick us off, hey guys. Other people can jump on as we go. Just want to welcome you onto the call tonight. You know, we really appreciate you guys jumping on and listening in. As you know, when we're not educators, we're people like yourselves that have just jumped into the program, and you know, maybe a little bit more experience, have done it a little bit longer than you guys, but we're all relatively new. The person that we've got coming on tonight, Leon Hunter, I have a lot of respect for this man. You know, he's gotten into our wider business and Ellev8 and really taken hold of it. He's currently trading live when he does trade live. I know he's working hard too. He's still in the army, and you know, he's just a really nice guy. And so I just, you know, want to say to all of us, let's really respect his time, because no one gets paid here to do this. We're all the same. He does work a day job. He's got family just like the rest of us. So just, you know, major respect for you, brother, jumping on and sharing for us tonight. Really appreciate your time. I love everything that you do, and you're a real asset to the team, as you all are. But you know, I really appreciate you, brother. So without further ado, I'll get Leon on and he can kick off.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Yeah, guys, we had some homework. The two videos that were put on the chat. I don't know if you've been through them or not. They were quite long, probably too long, I think, to try and cover everything. So I wrote some points, and we'll just go through the points that I wrote down, and then after that, I'll just do a bit of navigating around Ellev8 and then go through how to do a basic trade and that sort of thing on the charts, and how to use the cloud, and just at like a basic level. If I get something wrong, don't be afraid to tell me it's wrong. I'm still learning too. And yeah, that's awesome. I'm just going to share my screen. I can't share my screen yet. So
I'll make you host, I think, brother. I think that's what we have to
Oh,
do.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you should be all good to go, bro.
Yeah, cool. Can you guys see my screen?
Sweet.
So I'll just go into Ellev8. Yeah, so hopefully you've all navigated there easy enough, but you should have gone into the video vault here, into John Spencer's videos. No, just loading. What's going on here? There we go. And then watch the first two, which was the market recap and the weekly outlook. So I just made some notes. So for the Smart Cloud market recap, basically it covers what happened in the previous week. So you just look back on your what you did with your trading, and you learn from your mistakes. You see what worked, and you know what didn't, and it gives you the ability to practice on the charts. But only with TradingView. I don't have TradingView. I've only got MetaTrader. But if you get TradingView, I haven't got it, so I haven't really done this very much. But yeah, this is what he went through, and through it you can study your candles. So I'll just go for like an example. This isn't TradingView. This is MetaTrader 4. As some of you might be aware, but you can go back and with TradingView, you would have seen in the video that you can, for example, at this point here, hide what happened, and you can predict or use your tools and skills to predict what's going to happen, and then push play, and it'll play what actually happens. So this is just a great tool that you can use with TradingView to I don't know how to do it on, I don't think you can do it on MetaTrader, but with TradingView, yeah, it's a great tool. So I definitely recommend looking into that. And so yeah, just so for example, you could pick any point in a timeline, hide everything that did happen, work out your what you think is going to happen, and then play it and see if you're right or wrong. So weekly review, you would go back and look at your trades. So this is just a practice account. So it doesn't matter what I do here, but you could go back and look at your previous trades. I've done no trades on this account, but yeah, I'm going to make a trading account just for our training. So I'll try and grow this account over our trading journey. But yeah, so you would go back, have a look at your trades, and play them out, see how you went. Yeah, so there's one tool. And yeah, you can study your candles. So you can have a look at the candles in Ellev8 itself. Over here on the left-hand side, you've got the document library. In here, you've got presentations, documents, and images in the documents. You've got these candlesticks made easy, candlestick Bible, and Forex beginners. This is the basic stuff that you can use. And just for example, I've pulled up the Forex beginners, and it goes through, what is a pip, the lessons that we should have already done in our basic training, but it's always good to just keep going over stuff, finding out what stuff is. And then it goes through our candlesticks themselves. So we got the bullish and the bearish. So this would be the body and this would be the wick. I hope everyone's been through this sort of stuff already. And then you got different types of candlesticks. So these are just different names for different candlesticks, or what you see on a chart. So you got a doji, long leg doji, dragonfly, gravestone, dojis, and spinning top bearish candles. And where we'd find those is in here. So have a look there. You've got that's a doji, pretty much a doji. And then you've got behind the indicator there, you've got, there's a gravestone. You got a dragonfly. So you've got these different types of candlesticks, and they all they mean things. So you've got to work out what they mean. And then yeah, you've got like hammers, shooting stars. So on our things here, we'll have a look. So generally on a, yeah, that's like a shooting star, but I'll just find one. So this candle here, if that went higher like that, that would be a shooting star. Yep, and that just indicates that the price went up, got pushed back down, and pretty much entered and exited at the same point, and then went bearish. So you got these different types of candles. Then we can look for patterns. We look for patterns in our market. Some examples here. We've got a double top here, a double top. So what happened here is it went up and it went down, and this was a resistance. Oh, sorry, a support. This was a support, and then it went up again to the same point, which would be the resistance, and then it dropped. Now, if we try and look for these patterns, and we can see that it's going to do this double top, we can predict, okay, if it's going to go below the resistance, it's probably going to drop, and that would be where our entry point is. That's where we start our trade. For our stop loss, we chuck it up there, and our target down below. Same thing with the opposite double bottom, just a reverse. Reversal patterns. Yep. So actually, I won't go into teaching these things, but you've got the resistance and support. Things we'll look at shortly, and our trend lines, where we have 3 touching points on candles in a certain direction. Okay. So that's basically the first video. The smart cloud recap. Has anyone got any other points that they brought up from that first video? No one got any more points? Did anyone watch it?
Everybody watched it. Everybody watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
I did watch it. I didn't really, I think I did say to you earlier that it was a little bit over my head because I've only just finished the beginners. Yeah, but I just took from that really at the beginning was, you know, if you're going to have a time frame, it should be every 15 minutes and every 4 hours, because that's where you're able to see the patterns change, or best times to give you best clue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Gary. Anyone else got any more points on that video? Yeah, so yeah, what Carrie said, it was in the video, 15 minutes and 4-hour candles. Different educators say different things. Yeah, take what you can and use what works for you. Okay, the next one, I'll share again. The Smart Cloud Weekly Outlook. So I talked about the mindset. So our mindset is most important for our weekly outlook. Outlook being looking ahead, you know, looking ahead to the week. And I talked about, are you making deposits for yourself? And it's real important that we understand to make deposits. So by deposits, they were saying, or they were meaning, are you putting some time into your learning? Are you, you know, dedicating half an hour a day or something like that, so you can get through a lesson, and so you can slowly make deposits in your account and of knowledge, and it will grow. Yep, so they just spoke about that. So it's really important that we, you know, we're all in this. So just make sure you put some time aside, and and do some learning each day. They said to stop rushing to success and make small deposits. So yeah, you can either build a bank account, you know, dollar by dollar, or $10 by $10. You know, the more time you put into it, the quicker your bank account will grow. Imagine if you had to get $1,000 and you only did $1 a day, it's going to take 1,000 days. But if you do $100 a day, you know, 10 days. Just an analogy, like the more time you put to this, the better you'll get. And it's not about rushing to the end, but yeah, you really got to put the time in to be successful. They spoke about the time zones. So London and New York bank times are better than the changeover times or the Japan time. So you'll cover that in your basic training when those time zones are. Mindset. So more about your mindset. You got to really watch what you say over yourself. And they said in the beginning was the word. That's from the Bible. You know, the words that we say has power. You can either build someone up or tear them down just with words. And it's the same thing for yourself. So you can either build yourself up or tear yourself down with your own thoughts. So it's really important that you get your mindset into a positive mindset, and come up with things they call affirmations or little sayings that you can say to yourself, even if you don't believe them. But when you start saying them, you know, your brain will start picking up on things. Like I am highly profitable. This one they used. I am becoming a great trader. I am going to have a good day. Okay, so mindset is super important, and you can subconsciously take yourself out with what you say to yourself. Okay, so you know, if we say I'm not good enough or something like that, we have to catch those thoughts. Okay, we have to catch those thoughts and say, hey, instead of thinking that thought, say to yourself, I'm having a thought that's saying I'm not good enough. I'm just going to put that thought aside because I am good enough. You need to replace your any negative thoughts with good thoughts, even if you don't believe it. And that's all about you know, taking control of your mind, because you're in control. So mindset, yep, that's super important. You get your mindset right, they said, I think it was 90% of this is mindset. Okay. He also spoke about there are trades within trades. So I'll cover that when we get to the trade thing. And he has different cloud settings that he would post later, but I haven't seen those yet. And there was also a spreadsheet which I'll skip to. There's a spreadsheet which was released earlier. I thought I had it, I can't find it. Wondering if anyone here has it, but I'll just skip to where it is in the video so you can see what I'm talking about.
Welcome, folks. Welcome to the Smart Cloud. I would only need 50 points.
Okay, so this here, this is a spreadsheet that it came out a while ago. Have you got this or something like this, Sandy?
Yeah, I've got it somewhere on my computer.
Yeah, I thought I had it too, and I was going to try and post it, but I've been looking for it. I can't find it.
I'll find it and post it up.
So thank
I
you.
do have it somewhere, yeah.
But what this spreadsheet does is it gives you structure to how you trade when you get into trading itself, and it makes you, not greedy, and it sort of brings discipline, forced discipline if you want to follow it, and it's a structured way to grow your account safely. And they start, for example, with a $500 balance, and they gain 3% per day. That's all they're after is 3% per day. And then after, I guess after 30 days there, your accounts, after a month trading, your account's at almost 1,200, which is, it's really good. Just think if that was, 5,000, that would be 12,000. Yeah. So, but that just gives us a way to trade, kind of structured. It structures our trading and makes us not get greedy if we just go for 3% per day.
Points or pips. And I would use this 3.03.
Cool. All right, so I'll just go over, oh, hi, James. Hey, brother. I'll just go over how I do my my trading. So I start off at the Forex Factory. I go here and I I have a look at what's happening on today. So what's the date today? Just go today. Oh, yep, go to today. September 28. All right, so go to today, September 28, and have a look at what time. So we make sure at the top here that it's in our time. So what's going on here? There we go. So click up there on the top right. Make sure it's in our current time, wherever you are, New Zealand. Save settings. Synchronize to 9 o'clock. Yep, and then where did it go? Calendar. So we've got today, and then we have a look at okay, now it's like 7 o'clock. Now it's 9 o'clock. So between 7 and 1, there's not really much going on, but I have a look at what was going on, and basically anything that's red, anything that's got a red folder, these yellow and orange and red things, these are like the indicator. Red is means it's something big, orange something sort of medium, and yellow is like nothing really that great. So I'll look at this. I'll have a look at around our time, 9 o'clock. Yeah, nothing's really happening, but there was something with the euro, something with the Great Britain pound coming up, and USD in the early morning. So basically what I do is I avoid whatever currencies are over here. That's what I do. Okay, and then I'll go to, so I have a look at that. Then I'll come to the Forex sentiment, and I'll look at how the currencies are going, and find one that there's heaps of shorts or heaps of longs. So for example, US, Japan has heaps of people short or heaps of people selling. Yep. So I'll look for something like that, and then I'll go and have a look at the chart. So yeah, we're on the
That was the
USD.
FX book, eh, Leon? My FX book that you were just on.
Yep, that's my FX book.
Yeah. So that's like an indicator of what the market's doing. So you'll see there what Leon's talking about is the huge movements that you have in there. So basically how trading works is that retail traders are in the market, and how it genuinely works is that 90% of the retail traders are actually losing their trades. So what this means here is, like Leon said with the USD and the JPY, you can see that everybody's in the market and they're selling. So they're selling that market or that trade at the moment. So if the 90% are losing their trades, what Leon is saying, he's looking for a big swing. So he would go in there and look for a buy, because most of the market is selling. So if 90% of people are losing their trades, then it's a good indicator of where you should be entering the market and looking for a sell. Sorry, brother, I just thought I'd narrow that down. But that's still right, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is a good indicator. This is one that was actually shown to me by Holton, who's the CEO of the company. So he showed us this one. It's a really good one to have a look at. So maybe we can throw that into the messenger afterwards. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, good idea. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, so I'll look at that. Yeah, the majority of people are selling. So I'll go have a look at the USD Japan and go to the current time. Just delete that. Okay, and I'll just zoom out a bit. All right, if you have a look here, just from the bottom there, we've got pretty much an upwards trend going all the way up. All right, and it just keeps going up, and that's why I think everyone's trying to sell, because they're waiting for that. They're waiting for that drop, but it's not. It's keep going up, so the banks must be pushing it up. Now, what I've done here, if you haven't learned it already, is I've identified the lows and the highs. So I'll just zoom in a bit. Nope. So with the candles, I go to the wicks and I find the lowest point. So it's the lowest point here with 2 higher points than it on either side of it. That's how I identify a low. And then I go to the next high with 2 below it. So there's that one there. And then I just make a line. Only problem with this MetaTrader is it's not very tidy. It's it looks, you know, they make their lines go all over the place straight through instead of just to where you draw, which I don't really like. But yeah, so I've gone for a low point, and then I've gone for the next high point, and then to the next low point with 2 above it. And then same again, I've gone to the next high point, and then to the next low point. You know, you can be all picky and go to these tiny little ones, but you don't have to. It's oh well, I choose not to. So I'm just going for a trend. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking at the highs. So here's a high here, and I'm looking, are the highs getting higher with each consecutive high? So that high, this high is higher than this high. This high is higher than this high. This high is higher than that high, and this high is higher. So all the highs are getting higher. And same with the lows. So I'm looking at the lows. This low is higher than that one. This low is higher. Oh, sorry, this low is higher than the previous one. This low is higher than the previous. This low is higher than the previous, and so on. And I'm starting to see a trend. So I'm seeing higher highs and lower lows. There is a little bit of a different part here, but then it changes back up to where it was. So for me, I think this is an uptrend, and what I do, get rid of all of those, because it gets too messy if I've got too many lines. And then, so this is on the 1 hour candlestick. So I get it so I can see it all in one, and I'll draw a line. Now, when the trend's going up, you want to draw your trend line below it. So what we're then looking for. So I'm just going to the bottom of the candles there, if you can see. Got one there, one there, one there. They all in line, and that's my trend. So it's an upwards trend, and what I'm looking for next is a break in that trend. So when the candles break through this line and go below it. That's what I'm looking for, a break in trend when it breaks through that line. And that's when I think it's going to drop. But at the moment, it just looks like it's, I'll zoom in. All right. Yep, so that's what I'll do there. First I'll get my trend line, so it's an upwards trend, and then I'll look for support and resistance. So I get these horizontal lines, and I look at the candles. See how these candles are all basically, they don't get much higher than, say, that. That would be a resistance. So the price was trying to go up and then didn't get through it, keep trying to go up, didn't get through it. So that's what they call resistance. Yeah, and then it pushed through and then it started again. Same thing over here. Yeah, you've got some support and it tried to push through, didn't make it through, tried to push through again, didn't make it through, dropped down, but then it pushed through. Sometimes the support becomes the, the resistance becomes the support. And what that means is the price tries to go down, but it's supported, so it goes back up. All right. Now the cloud. So I'll put in a Ichimoku cloud. All right. So, yep, without even looking at the cloud first, I'm establishing my trend line and my support and resistance. Okay, so that's what I do first, and then I'll add the cloud. So I won't assume everyone knows what the cloud is, but so the cloud is like volume, and the bigger the cloud is, the sort of stronger it is for a direction. So when the cloud's green, or whatever color you make the upwards, it's an upwards cloud. And then when the cloud's red, in general, it's a bearish cloud. And this is one of the few indicators that predicts the future. All right, so I'm not really a teacher, but I'll go over a couple points that that I use with this. Is the these two lines here, the black line and the yellow line is your Tenkan-sen and your Kijun-sen. So the black one moves slower. It's more of a steady line, and the yellow line, the Tenkan-sen, moves quicker, and your price kind of follows the yellow line. And then you've got this white line at the back here, they call Chico span or the Rhino line. Yeah, that's generally in what tells you if it's going to consolidate, if the market's going to consolidate. If this Rhino line touches or starts going through candles, that means it's generally going to consolidate. And what consolidation kind of looks like is all these candles sort of in a horizontal line. Cool. And yeah. So if the cloud's green and it's going up like this, to me, you know, everyone on the sentiment here is selling, but to me the cloud's saying it's a buy. It's going to keep going up because it's green and it keeps going up, and yeah, the trend line hasn't been broken. And when this white Rhino line, or whatever color you make it, when the Rhino line is free in the free of candles and free in the air like that, then generally the price is free to do the trend. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much your cloud. Now some other points. So this cloud is 26 steps ahead. 26 steps ahead of current price. Yep. So that distance there is 26 steps ahead. So if you have a look down here, and you've got this the yellow line crossing through the black line, or the Tenkan-sen crossing through the Kijun-sen, then what that generally means is it might go up. And if you count, I know that green cloud might have just been visible at that point, and you see that pretty much from there onwards, as soon as it got through the cloud, it started going up, and the green cloud stayed green, and it just kept following the upwards trend. So yeah, I quite like the Ichimoku cloud, and for me, I think this is just going to keep going up, even though everyone's saying it's going to sell. But yeah, one thing to watch out for would be when it crosses that trend line. Okay, as soon as it drops through that trend line, then yeah, I'd be looking for a sell. Okay. All right, we got any questions?
Any questions, anybody? Remember, this is your chance to ask some questions. Don't be shy. I know it may be a little bit over the head of some of you that have just started, but it'll make a lot more sense as you go along. And, you know, we're also going to be thinking about doing 2 classes. So what we're going to be doing also is starting up a new messenger or a new messenger group for those that are currently going through the basic trainings that have not gone past them. So what we'll do is we'll start up a study group for all of the people in the group that are still going through the basic training. So this will be important as we go along, and we'll work that out so that everyone's moving in the same pace, and then they can upgrade or move on to the next messenger. But what Leon's explaining there is, I literally had not even looked at the Ichimoku cloud, and I've been in this longer than anybody because it was too busy for me. But the more that I've watched the prerequisites and gone over the Ichimoku cloud, it's very, very powerful. So I would suggest just, you know, do the basic trainings and move on to obviously this when your time is ready. But I think what we might do, brother, is I think we might bring on James and just ask James about how he's going with the basic training, just for all the people that are new. I know James has been doing some amazing videos and he's been having some really, really good success. So I'm super pumped to have him on because, as you can see, he's the most excited person in the room. He's absolutely loving it. And I just want to bring James on so he can just have a talk to you guys about his journey. And look at him, he looks like he can run a marathon. He's got to hold down. I'm getting tired just watching him. But we'll bring you on, brother. I'm really excited to bring you on and just to chat to everyone. And yeah, just whatever you want to talk about, brother, would be awesome.
Hey, Leon. Just quickly, bro. Thank you so much for that, man. What you just shared that was absolutely amazing. Hey, look, when I first saw something like that, you know what? I was thinking, what the heck have I got myself into? What is that? You know? But like you know, like Sam said, you know what? It's just staying plugged in, just staying committed, and just staying close to our teachers. And I guess that's going to be a couple of keys. But before, you know, I heard the word mindset. Mindset is something that Sam teaches us all the time. It's basically changing the way we think. What we used to do doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. So when I first found that out, I was thinking, okay, clean slate, what's next? And my next, guys, was the why. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing Ellev8? I know we see it works. We see Sam's, you know, all his stuff and his, so we know this works. But our why needs to be bigger than our how, and our how is basically what the bro had showed us there. How well are you going to do to learn this? You know, so when I got excited, I thought, okay, guys, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay, and the next one that I got, and the last one is the capacity on which I'm willing to learn to do something new. So what that's done for me, you know, in a little amount of time that I've had, just a little over, I guess like 5 weeks now, you know, taking that on board, that I needed to stay plugged in. I needed to do what the bro was saying. What time can I put into this to make this a reality? What can I do that I need to fulfill my dreams and doing that? And then basically, once I had done that, now I'm committed, because now I can do something about getting something done that I've never done before. So that's why I decided to do something new, and basically what the bro was showing me. Hey, Leon, can you just quickly, can you put back up that's your last of the cloud? And I just want to give my point of view because I use this thing like 100%. Can we squeeze it up a little bit for our friends, bro, and Alfano? Just a little bit. Yeah. Hey, so guys, I'm just going to make this real simple to the way I see it, because I see this now just like a click of my fingers. Okay, so just totally understand what the bro has done is that black line that he's got is basically a support line. It's basically the baseline on top of the yellow line that he's got. So that yellow line, it's got to go over the baseline. So that tells me straight away that is an uptrend. And also what I usually use, guys, is, you know, when it's raining, that cloud that the bro was talking, nothing rains from under. So again, I know that this is an uptrend, okay? Now, if it was going down, the cloud will be on top of the candles. So that means the trend of the candles must be going down in a downward position. So basically that's how I use that cloud. And the yellow line that he uses, which is the, you know, moving averages. I don't want to talk about that, but basically that's telling me that if that goes over the baseline, that's telling me that it's going in an upward position. Now, the amazing thing about the rhino, the white line that he's using, okay, that's telling us what the trend was back. And what that's doing now is that cloud is telling us the future. So now you can see the white line that you've got there is still going up in I guess in the position that it's going, which is the uptrend. And that's that little what Leon was talking about those flat lines, that's consolidating. So these bankers are thinking about buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. But when you're in the trade, don't be afraid, because those are the decisions what they're making. But the decisions that I've made is that I'm staying with the trend. I'm staying with that. So don't be surprised if you see, you know, your dollar's going up and down, up and down, up and down. But I have to stress this, okay? And Sandy's told us this as well. Candles, they tell a story. They tell a story, guys. So you know what? The basics, and we say it all the time, you know, is that get the basics down, because when you come up and we start learning this stuff, and then what Leon's been saying, you'll be able to understand what the brother is trying to say. But what Sandy's been showing us also is that with the candles, because they tell a story, you're able to also notice the trend. So with the cloud, that's given us 1, 2, 3, 4 indicators that I can make a decision. Now, what's powerful about Ellev8, guys, is that flick anyone and just say, hey, I'm ready to go in to do this trade, but I'm not sure about it. You know what can I do? And then you get another opinion. So that's how I do, yeah, brother Sam, that's how I do my trades. So I've got to make sure that the cloud is right, the black line is right, the yellow one is, but if the white one's not, no trade. So any of those that don't line up, we don't do the trade. And that's what's powerful about this one. So another one, guys, just quickly, I also just wanted to say that I've put myself in a position to know this. That's the difference. That's the only difference, is that I put myself. So what have I done? I've turned off the remote control. I've turned off the TV. I've skipped social media. I've stopped talking to my friends. Because why? Because of why? This is why, guys. I'll tell you why. Because my why is bigger than the how. That's it. I can't say anything else. I can't say anything else, bro. You know what? Honestly, I thought bro, Sandy, I was just so excited that I was happy to make $200-300 a week for my family. I was happy with that. I was ecstatic about that. Oh man, start adding some zeros, guys. Stay plugged in and just keep learning, you know. And Sandy says it all the time, and Leon says it all the time, and our fantastic leaders, they say it all the time. They say the turtle wins the race. That's it. I'm out, Sandy. I'm excited. Leon, thank you for that, bro. I've actually added to what you've said. I've missed a couple of things that you've said, but now it's just gonna, I guess, make my decisions a lot more easier.
Awesome.
Thanks,
brother.
Andy.
Awesome. You got me fired up, brother. I can tell you that much. You're pumping, brother. You're pumping. Awesome. I already know he's running the. He's running the beginner classes, bro. You don't have a choice.
Oh, yeah,
You do not have a choice, brother. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later, brother. But you've already signed the deal. Awesome, brother. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it, bro. And everything you said was on point. You know, you've got to have a strong why, because you know the only person that won't succeed here in Ellev8 is the person that quits. And I tell you what, the person that quits doesn't have a strong enough why. You've got to have a super strong why, because the why is going to get you through. You know, it's going to get you watching a video when you don't want to watch it. When you're tired, it's going to get you watching a video. You know, so it's super strong that you identify why you're here. Why are you here? You know, really, really make sure that you've identified your why. And I know a lot of people say, you know, your why should make you cry. But, you know, I've been in this business for a long time now, and I've had a lot of challenges. But, you know, your why should make other people cry. That's how strong your why should be. It really has to be. And that's what will get you through. Whatever it may be for you, whether it's more income, whether it's to see more time with the children, whether it's to start a new venture, or, you know, just to have more free time, or just a bit more money. You know, you really got to identify that why, because it'll get you through the program. It's super, super important that you identify that why. So, James, thank you, brother. That was awesome, bro. You're on fire.
Yeah, no, can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro. Yep.
Yeah. Can I? I'll just quickly just add to what you just said. Yeah, when he was talking about the why, what I found out, what Sandy was telling me, is that it's got to be emotional. It's got to be emotional. Don't worry about the car. Doesn't make me emotional. A house doesn't make me emotional. A motorbike doesn't make me emotional. A flash watch doesn't make me emotional. So when the emotion and the action collide, that's when you move. When your emotion and the action actually hit together. And because we've got the vehicle to do it, honestly, I truly believe that's the reason, because it's happened for me. When those two have collided, when my emotion and my action have collided together, and then I'm able to do what I do, bro.
Awesome, brother.
I hope that helps our family back home in Z, bro, and whoever's over here in Aussie.
Oh, it definitely does, bro. It helps me. You got me fired up. I got to go and do more work now. No, awesome, brother.
Hey, man, I'm trying to stay up with you, man. But that's what I mean. You know, anytime that this brother posts up, man, see what he's doing. He's God, you know, that fires me. Yeah. I don't want to go there, guys. Sorry, this is about, yeah. But you know what? I just love hanging on to people's, you know, not their success, but you know what? They're something they haven't done before, but they've gone over what they've done, and that's something that our family back home are good at, our whānaus and stuff like that, and we're just good at that, doing that, bro. Absolutely.
Awesome, brother. Love it. Bro, you got me fired. Everyone's fired up, I think. I think they're ready to go and throw that remote out the door.
Well,
awesome, brother. Love it. Absolutely love it. But you're dead on, bro. You're dead right. You know, and people see the success, but they don't see the hard work behind it. You know, they're quick and easy to see the success, but they don't see the time. They don't see the slog. They don't see the grind and everything that you've had to put in to do it. You know, and you're spot on, bro. You're absolutely spot on. You know, your why's got to make you emotional. You know, it really does, because it's got to be something that'll stop you from giving up. You know, because people quit. You know, people quit on their dreams. Every day there's someone quitting on their dreams. They're quitting on their goals. I used to be one of those people. You know, I used to be one of those people, you know, that would walk away. I would give up. But I reached a time in my life, you know, where I didn't have any time left. You know, I had to make the most of what I have. And I'm telling you guys have got the best vehicle ever. Ellev8 is great. You know, what you can do here is absolutely amazing. It's going to change everybody's life, but it's up to you to apply the systems and put in the time and effort to really make it successful for you and your family. You know, and I tell you now, my family is completely changed. I've got all my family in Ellev8. You'll see my sister, my brother, my children are all doing Ellev8. You know, my 12 and 11 and 14-year-old are doing Ellev8. So when you make it a family goal, you know, you can't do anything but succeed. You know, so it's really important that you guys realize that. It's down to your time and effort. You know, like I said, I've watched the basic trainings over 35 times. And I've had people that have started the business and 5 hours later have said, I've just gone through the basic trainings, bro, is that it? No, literally. You know, and I don't know, I don't know how you can think you could learn everything in 5 minutes, but that's okay. You know, if you can, Kate Pai, I can't. I've got to go over things and over and over and repetition and more repetition and more repetition. And even the Ichimoku Cloud guys, like I'm being honest with you guys, I became a master of the basics. I didn't even move into the Ichimoku Cloud until I think Pam about 2 days ago. Literally. And yet I knew the Ichimoku Cloud. I'd watched some videos about the Ichimoku Cloud, but I wasn't comfortable moving on until I was a master of the basics. So why I say that is because, you know, you've come in this to make an income for you and yourself and your family. You know, you've come in to change something. So, you know, don't pass by anything. You know, make sure you give it the time and effort and the respect that it deserves. Because I'll tell you what, when you do, you'll have huge success. You will. You really, really will. But you like James said, you know, you've got to, you know, crawl before you can walk, you know. So it's really important that you just give it the respect and the time that it deserves. You know, I'm not saying you have to watch it 35 times. You know, you guys are probably way more clever than I am. But, you know, for me, I had to go through it 35 times because, like, I'm to the point now where I don't have to watch any of that. You know, I can recite and I know exactly what they are. I know everything that's in there. You know, because I've done repetition. I've gone over it and over it and over it. And even when I didn't want to go over it again, what did I do? I went over it again. So I'm just saying to you guys, you know, perfectly fine for you to move on when you're ready. But, you know, there's a lot of people that are having success in our team that have done exactly the same thing. And Leon knows that. We spoke to, you know, one of the diamonds in our companies that's having huge success. He also has been through the basic trainings 35 times, probably more now. So, you know, just really important that you guys realize it. You guys have got everything at your doorstep to have success with. You got the best educators in the world, I believe. You know, we searched long and hard for those educators. We had so many people coming to our business, wanting to come to our business and bring their education to our company, but we refused so many companies. Why? Because they weren't the same as us. They didn't have the same goals, they didn't have the same values, and they weren't bringing the same program. So these guys are the best in the game, and we're going to be evolving this program. You know, so we are bringing in the lazy trader and all those types of things. So it's really important that you guys realize that. You know, and even, you know, you look at our messenger group, you know, we've got nearly 90 people in there. We've got 24 people on the call. You know, 24 people on the call. I don't think there's, you know, 70 odd people that have to work tonight. I don't think that. I just think that you guys have chosen to turn up. You know, and one thing to be in the program, it's another thing to turn up. You know, it really is. You got to keep turning up. You got to keep turning up to everything that you have. You saw James, like how fired up is James. You know, he turns up. I've seen videos of him while his family's asleep, and he's literally, you know, doing trades and learning at 1 o'clock in the morning, then having a couple hours sleep, and then going to work at 5 a.m. What does that show me? That shows me that he's serious. You know, he really wants this for him and his family. I'm not saying that you guys have to do the same, not at all. But you've got to turn up. You know, we can't turn up for you. We can't lay the trades for you. We can't force you to go and watch a video. Not at all. You know, that's on you. So that's going to come back to how bad you want this. And don't blame the program. I'll tell you that now. Everything's there for people to succeed. Everything. It's just up to you to apply the systems that we have and then put it into action. So that's the one thing that I would say to you guys anyway, is make sure, you go in the website and have a look around. Really, really have a good look around. Click on everything. Go and print some stuff out. There's so many documents in there to print out, guys. Basic trainings, candles for dummies, all this types of stuff. You've got the Bible stick candle book. You won't really want to download that. That should be sitting next to you when you're trading. You should set out your office. You should have some of the basic trainings there. Me and Pam have printed off everything that's in there. So what do? Every time we're on trading, we can go through it. We can flick through everything that's in the basic trainings. It's really important that you guys plan out your day. Plan what you're doing. And this is, like I said, it's, no one's your boss. No one's going to be able to force you to do anything at all. It's going to come down to you and how bad you want it. So, we can help you so far. And our traders are awesome. You'll be able to get in there and trade and use the dummy trader and stuff. But man, take hold of this education, because if you don't learn it, you can't teach it to your family. If you don't learn it, you can't teach it to your children. If you don't teach it to your children, this knowledge dies with you. It really does. If I don't teach it to my children and I don't teach them this education or teach my spouse this education, then I'm the only one in the family that has it. So if anything happens to me, it's gone. So it's really important that you guys take hold of this if you want to show your children, if you want to show your spouse. I'm not saying you have to at all. But for me, I'm changing my generations, man. I've got my sisters in this. I've got my brothers in this. I've got my children in this. Why? Because it's generational change. It's generational wealth. If you don't do that, it's not going to be. It's going to be an education that you're going to take with you. And let's face it, guys, we're not here forever. Anything can happen tomorrow. Anything. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not even guaranteed to wake up. So what do? I spend my time giving that knowledge to my children. I'm getting the knowledge, but I'm teaching my children because I want them to have that knowledge. If anything happens, I know what it was like to lose my father overnight, literally, and gone, income gone, everything gone. So I know how important this is. So when you give it that importance, guys, you're going to succeed. You do not want to quit. Don't quit on your dreams. Don't quit on your goals, and most certainly don't quit on you. So that's the only reason I tell you now people won't have success here, is they're going to quit. And I can guarantee you now, some people on this call will quit. I can guarantee you now, 3 months from now, some of the faces will be gone because some people will quit. I know this. I run a business with thousands of people in it, and people are quitting all the time. They quit on their goals and their dreams all the time. It's not because of the system. It's not because of the business. It's not because they can't do the business. They quit on themselves. Their why is not strong enough. It's not strong enough. I've had plenty of times to quit, guys. I tell you that now. You may see the success, but I've had more times to quit in this business over this time than anything. But I refuse to quit. I refuse to quit because I can't quit on my family. I can't quit on them. So, guys, that's all I just wanted to put in there because it's super important. I'm passionate about what I do. That's why you guys are on here. Some of you guys, I've bought into this. And I'm not saying this lightly. I believe that you have everything here to succeed in everything that you want to do within this company and within this platform. But it's going to come down to you, how bad you want it. And everything's there. It's not going to be hard. Yes, there's going to be tough times. Yes, you're not going to win every single trade. But I'll tell you what, with what you're being taught, you're going to be taught to come out and profit every single time you do it, if you follow the system. If you are a super student. I tell you what, James is a super student. I can tell it already. He's fully engulfed in what he's doing. Fully. You can see the passion. You can see the drive. Leon's another super student. I lack. I need to become a super student. I'm still working on that. I'm still on the basic trainings. But, that's what you really want to do. You want to become a super student, not for anybody else, not for anyone else to recognize you, but for you and your family. For your goals and your dreams. So, that's it from me though, guys. Leon, if you want to say anything else.
I just need 2 more minutes, two more minutes. Bro, can you put that screen back up? I just want to make this good for my family, the family over there in New Zealand. And Can we just put that screen back up? So what I'm going to do, family, is I'm actually going to tell you exactly what I do and what I've learned. So when you get to this stage, try this, okay? The letter C, so I've got acronyms. I've got 4 acronyms. C, which is condition. E, which is entry point. S is for stop. And then T, which is for take profit. Okay, so C, when you guys get to C, you're going to understand what the conditions are about this cloud. Okay, so I know that she's ain't at there, but C means conditions of what the conditions are, what I'm looking at. So E is now the entry point. Now you see the yellow line? Everyone sees the yellow line? Can anyone see a candle above a yellow line? I hope you can, because I can. Okay, so what I'll do is we'll go. Sorry, I can't. What we'll do is we'll go to a candle which is above the yellow line. Yeah, that there is where I put my entry. E for entry. Yeah, my stop loss has got to go below the black line, the baseline. That's my stop loss. My profit goes to the top where the white span is, which is the red, the white line that he's got there. So that there is my take profit. So what I mean, guys, that's what CEST means. Conditions. My entry point is I need a candle that needs to go above the yellow line. My stop loss, I need to put that below the black line. And the take profit is where the white line is up the top, and that there. But that's the basics, guys, okay? So I hope that that's definitely working for me, okay? And I know that'll work for you, because why I know is because the professional experts have told us this. So I hope I've made that kind of basic, and we can go from there, bro. I just wanted to leave that there as well. Thanks, bro, but I'm done. Thank you, team. Thank you, family back home. Kia ora.
Thank you, Don.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. That was mean. Leon, you got anything else to add, brother?
I just want to say thanks. Thanks, Sandy, for getting this group started and getting us all on this journey together. Totally amazing. And thanks, James, for jumping in. That's awesome.
No, thanks, Leon. I appreciate it. Any help, man, anywhere that I can help out, team, that's it.
Awesome, brother. You're awesome. And I'm not joking about that other class too. So we'll have to touch base, bro. You'll smash it. You'll be the man. You will be the man, bro. I tell you, like you do an amazing job. And yeah, I'm gonna jump on there just to get fired up. I'm gonna jump on everything you're doing, bro. That's awesome.
Just quickly, bro, can you tell me that information that you went on, that FX, because I don't use that.
Yeah, it's my
the information. Oh, okay.
It's called my FX book, and just go on to the sentiment.
Okay.
So it's called the sentiment. It basically just tells you what everybody's doing at that time on the markets. So you can look at what you're looking for is probably something that's moving in sort of 85%. You'll see USD there. That would be around 90% people are selling. So, you know, on that there, you know, if 90% of the market is selling, you know, you'd be looking for a buy entry. It's not saying that everything's going to pair up, but it just lets you know that the way that the market's moving. You'll see there 91%, you know, people are selling, and only 9% of the people are going long, which is buying. So the banks see this. You know, the banks use this sentiment to know what people are doing. And Leon showed you the market. So it was quite, you know, prevalent. It was a long upward trend. So it was showing us that a lot of the people that were buying were seeing that upward trend and looking for a break in that trend, and were going to sell. So what Leon was also explaining was that there was a long trend market. So, you know, that market could keep going up. But it's very important that when you are doing it, and this is, I hope is not too over your head, but the banks or smart money will come into the market, and they will actually force the market in a certain direction, knowing that the retail traders will jump in there and they'll throw all their money in there, and then the banks will change the market to take your money. That's what they'll do. So sometimes they might sell to buy, you know, or they'll buy to sell. So you've just got to be careful with certain candles that you'll see, certain indicators. Smart money is always a big candle. You know, us as retailers, we can't move the market like that. So you can see when the bank enters a trade. It'll be normally a strong candle or a strong engulfing candle. Could also be followed by another strong candle. So just important that you sort of look at those stuff. I know a lot of you have just started, so you know that may be a little bit over your head, but we will be starting like a basic training study group for everyone that's sort of coming and new that we can put people into. I think James will be a massive. He'll be getting them fired up. They'll be jumping out of that within a week and going live. By the way, James is going. So I think, brother, we got you on there. That'll be us. But awesome, brother. Really appreciate you, Leon. Thank you so much. You know, thank you guys for jumping on the call. I'm going to throw this recording up as soon as I can into our messenger group, so if you can go back over it if you want to. So share it with anybody else that you may know that's in the group. But that's what we're going to do, guys. We'll be starting up a new study group for just the basic trainings, for the people that are just in the basic trainings, and for everybody else, we'll have another study group where people can go through certain trades in the Ichimoku cloud and all these certain things that Leon and the other people are talking about. So, but appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for jumping on the call. Let you go back to your evening. Go back, you know, smash out that Ellev8, like James said, throw that remote control out the door and put all this time in it. And once you do, you know, you can buy 50 televisions and watch it from every room that you're in, because your trades will be absolutely smashing it. So just appreciate you guys. Hey, thank you so much for jumping on. Awesome. Have an awesome night, and hope you're loving Ellev8, and we'll all talk soon. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.